All right, everybody, it's Videobob. I'm here at Universal Studios Hollywood with the Delorean Time Machine. This is one of the many time machines that we've built at Bob's Prop Shop. The other one that we have is in Orlando, and we've done about 50 of these cars now. This one is on display for Universal Studios FanFest, where you can wait in that line over there like that and take a picture with the car. That's a lot of fun. They have the Enchantment Under the Sea. They have the clock tower. They have all this fun stuff happening here because Back to the Future, 40 years of celebration, and fans love it. It never goes away. And what else can I say? For the last 20 plus years, I've been having this passion with Back to the Future, this love story with me and this car, this DeLorean, and it's so honoring and so amazing to be able to have one of our cars here at the park in Hollywood, just like the one that we have in Orlando, and around museums and in collections all around the world. So if you decide that you want your own DeLorean time machine, all you have to do is contact Bob's Prop Shop. We can put one just like this in your garage. That's what we do.
What's up, everybody? It's Videobob. I am in Los Angeles. It's May 17th. That's Universal Studios. I'm staying here at the Universal Hilton, where Adam the Woo was just recently. I'm Video the Bob. So there's Universal. We're here for FanFest nights, Back to the Future 40th celebration. 40th. I saw it in the theater. Wow. Anyway, me and the wife are here, and we're meeting up with a bunch of other lifelong Back to the Future fans and friends for FanFest nights. Now, we're going to go to the park in the daytime, and then we have a VIP tour tonight. And we're going to go down to the clock tower, and same places you've been seeing our good friends, German in Venice and Adam the Woo and all of the name plus the and whatever. I'm Video the Bob. So we're going to Universal today, and it's gray and cold and gloomy in LA.
We are, Universal. It's Little Miss Videobob. It's Rachel. She's never in the videos, but I had to bring her with me to Universal.
Yeah.
You're so little. All right, anyway, there's the globe. Let's go check out the shopping and some of the fun stuff. Let's go. There's some really cool stuff here at the Back to the Future. Well, it's not the Back to the Future store, it's the Universal store. And this is really cool. This thing is $2,200. Statue with Marty and Doc. It's 1/6 scale. I don't know if that's a Hot Toys or who makes that, but that's really cool. Over here, they've got some cool things. Signed hoverboard for $5,200. Different pictures. Let me show you some of the Back to the Future merch that they have here in the store. You have shirts. These are some kind of like pants or something. They're quite hideous, I gotta tell you. Look at that, 40 years. Oh, wow. Interesting, this is fun. A flux capacitor pillow. It's what makes napping on the couch possible. Doesn't look very comfortable, actually. Got some shirts. Lots of things. Look at, oh, out of time socks. That's right. Get those on your feet. Merchandising. Merchandising. Look at this. There's Marty's 1955 style shirt. This folder here is styled after his jacket, his jean jacket. For those of you that are aficionados, this one is kind of cool. I could probably wear this. I could get one of these. This one isn't so bad because it's black. I might get one of those shirts actually. And I've bought from this company before. They make a lot of really cool shirts. What do you think of that one, honey bunny? I could wear that, yeah? Yeah. It's kind of, I mean, I'm not going to wear this pink one over here. This is Marty from 55 going back to, that's his cowboy outfit. But I was just trying to think, like, I'm not wearing yellow, I'm not wearing blue. So this is the closest thing that I could probably get that I would wear. But even that, I just prefer to wear the Videobob outfit, I think. But they have all the different fandoms here, you know. But I'm interested in the Back to the Future stuff, obviously. But man, they have everything here for Universal. So Jurassic Park, of course. Let's see what else they have over here. You know what the trouble with these is? I really like this. As you know, I've owned several checkers. This is a real checker taxi. This is a later model because of the it's interesting how they filled in this bumper. I like how they did that. That's really nice. And they've painted over these. Let's see. It's a 78. Oh, it's soon in the movie Blue Collar. Okay, cool. Yeah, that was, if I remember correctly, Blue Collar had Richard Pryor in it. Movie that he did, where he worked on the checker line. Yeah, this is a 78. That would, oh look, and it's got a real medallion on it too. I want to see this medallion. Hold on. Wow, that's a really nice medallion on there. Let's check this thing out. It's in good shape. Nice seat. Oh wow, the fare meter in there. For those of you out there that love these like I do. I'm sad I sold my checker. But, you know, can't have everything. Can only have so many cars. But yeah, it's really cool. It's chilly today. I did not expect snow. It's rather chilly and blustery today. But no, I'm here at Harry Potter section. And I'm going to have myself a nice butter beer. That's good. Oh yeah. There's like 3 1/4 sticks of butter in that one beer. Oh yeah. And a lot of sugar. Get my insulin ready. Oh, this is really good. I like the snow. It's very Bavarian. So we're inside this Harry Potter restaurant here. It's the closest thing you're going to get to actual food that isn't a hot dog or a burger. They've got some pretty good stuff here. The prices aren't crazy. I mean, I just paid $10 for a butterbeer. But this place is cool. Rachel bought a $90 sweater.
Made in Scotland.
Made in Scotland. Just like us. Kinda. This place is real legit, the construction. I love this architecture. I could live here. I like it. How's your fish and chips? You know, it's like $18, which isn't crazy by today's standards. Because it's not that the park is expensive, it's that the whole world is now on airport, movie theater, and amusement park pricing. You would probably pay more than $18 for this dinner anywhere. Pretty funny. I've heard of Bob Eats Vegas. Well, it's Bob Eats Universal. Remember on the cartoons? It'd be like a typewriter and you go, ting. Right, where I am now, Krusty Land, this is all Simpson stuff. This used to be the Back to the Future ride. This used to be the Back to the Future section. You know, this was the Back to the Future gift shop. Used to have Doc Brown's Chicken. It was all Back to the Future. Now, if you go back on this channel, you go back to one of my very oldest videos. You'll see in 2007, myself and some of my Back to the Future friends were some of the last people to ever ride the Back to the Future ride. We were the last group to ever go through the Back to the Future ride before it was closed to the public forever. And that's been a long time. Now, of course, I'm here for the 40th anniversary of Back to the Future, and they're having FanFest nights. And it is rather ironic, if not sad, that there's these signs here advertising the Back to the Future FanFest nights. Used to be you'd come here and you'd find right over here the Back to the Future Delorean Time Machine display that Jay Aubrey built and all of that stuff. The closest you can get to it now is when you do the tram tour, you do go through Hill Valley and you'll see the car that I built here for Universal Studios. I built both of the time machines for Orlando and Hollywood. And if you get on the tram, you'll see one of our Doc Brown friends introduce the time machine. So let's go get on the tram tour and see if we can spot my DeLorean.
A different city. You can change it to be a different season.
Oh, there's the line of
snowy, and the home one too. 88 had it struck by lightning and sent back to the future. 1985. Whereas the way we're seeing it, 1955, Hill Valley, California. This is part of our FanFest nights. For those of you who are interested, or for those of you who are coming back later on, our trams will be dropping people off out here and walking around 1955 Hill Valley, California.
Oh, there's the DeLorean over there. It's covered up.
Building there to the left.
I was hoping to
Then
see
look
it.
back up at your screens.
They got my car covered up.
The columns are gone.
There's a display of the clock tower and the cats. I don't think these are the original cats. You'll notice the plug where Doc Brown has to put it together. 1004. Found some additional Back to the Future merchandise. These are kind of cool. Got Marty's vest. However, it's the wrong color. We've got it bright orange. It was a rustier orange. It's kind of cool. It's got the logo on it though. Too bad they kind of messed that up, but this little book is kind of cool. Time Machine. More of those folders. It's a big folder. I like this retro 90s style. That's cool. Micro machines. That's awesome, actually. They call them nano, but remember micro machines? That's great. So, there we go. Chilling in the lounge at the VIP, waiting for a guide to start. I can actually see my room, the hotel, right across from where I'm sitting. You can almost see a guy standing in his underwear looking out the window. Looking over here thinking, I wonder if anybody can see me in the window. All right, we're having the VIP dinner. There's no mouse in my pocket. There it is, the Tom Cobbler himself.
That's right.
No Doritos on his plate. What are you having?
No, there might be a Dorito.
Yeah. What you got over there, honey bunny? Some Brussels sprouts, and I got some little. So this is what you get when you do the VIP. They take you for a nice dinner, and we're gonna do a bunch of other stuff. This is gonna be fun. There's a line of states. I don't know if this is the ones that we redid for the We're Going Back or not. I'd like to see the back of them. Let me see. These are probably redone. I think these are redone. Because I think the lions are a little different. I'll have to check. But anyway, there it is. Welcome to Hill Valley, California. So this is the route that the car would have come, you know, if he was leaving Griffith Park and from the park bench, which would have been us behind us. And he would have went straight that way, down to the end of the cinema.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of music here. I'm going to try to talk over it, but it's like they're having it's like a fair in Hill Valley. It's great. So we're going to see what's happening. This is pretty awesome.
Why aren't you guys in front of the sign?
It's all the YouTubers together.
Here.
We're all together.
Well, we'll do a fact.
Where's
We'll have
German?
to go down.
Yeah, okay. Oh, what's about to happen, Adam?
Fight. The fight scene.
Oh, the fight. Okay.
George and Fifth.
There he goes.
Oh wait, they're doing this.
I'm going to be around to see 1985, then I'm going to succeed in this, then I'm going to have a chance to travel through time. It's going to be really hard waiting 30 years before I can tell you anything that's happened in the past few days. I'm really going to miss you. No! Marty! We've already agreed that having information about the future can be extremely dangerous, even if your intention is good. Whatever you've got to tell me, I'll find out in natural course.
Hey, George!
George, great.
Oh, I haven't seen Lorraine.
No, relax. She's not here. Just keep your pants up.
I can't for him. I'm not taking him off. He's not going to believe. Oh, no, that's not helping at all. Lorraine, you look absolutely beautiful tonight. I'm really lucky. Oh,
I'm sitting on top.
What?
Hi,
Lorraine.
And him. Yes, you are. You just don't know it. Oh, darling guy. Let go. Let go. He's the coolest guy ever, right? Go, man. Teach him a lesson.
What, he can't stand up for himself?
Yeah, he can. Look at him. He's standing right now. Nice, Biff. Yeah. They look so good together. They look so good. Get your girl, Biff. Get your girl. Oh! Who's girl? No.
Get out of here.
Like,
I can't believe you laid him out in one go. I didn't know you had it in him. Woo! All right, George.
so good.
No one
It's like
should ever
BTTF
be dark
WWE.
like that.
This is crazy. What are you saying?
Gotta ask her to the dance, right?
Lorraine, you're my destiny. Will you go to the enchantment under the sea dance with me?
Say yes. She said yes. They've got to go to the dance. Make an opening. They've got to go to the dance.
Here we go.
Make an opening. They've got to go to the dance.
We're going to the dance.
You can follow them to the dance.
Oh, well, he smashed his face into his own car.
He's got to go make a McFly.
Fine. You're going to get it. Yeah.
The band is over there at the Enchantment Under the Sea dance playing. I don't want to waste any time. I want to come over here and check out the car and see what's happening. I got a big long line to get to it. All right, here's some of the car. Looks like they've changed some things. They've changed this seat for when people come in. Yeah, these are all still some of our parts. These are our vents. They've cut the some things off here. Oh, it looks good. These are our flux pot box. All right. Looks pretty good. I don't like the blue lights that they've added. They've kept their time circuits. All that's still the same. Yeah, I'm waiting in this long, long line to take a picture with my own car.
Yep.
It's free. They put blue lights on it. They put blue lights on my car.
You know what's funny? I'm not gonna lie. I just walked over there and those vents look a little Dorito-y. I'm just gonna say they look a little Dorito-y.
I don't know what they did to them. They didn't. No, they have our paint job on the side of it. Yeah. And they have our inside in there, but they put the blue lights in. They made it into plutonium chamber, but they still have, all the pontoon stuff is the same. All my interior stuff is the same. It's mostly the same. They did some changes, a little sweetening to some of the props, like the high voltage regulator. They added some stuff to it and things like that. But yeah, I could go for some Doritos. He's the original Dorito. Let me explain the Dorito thing. Everybody keeps asking about the bag of Doritos in my shop. So the bag of Doritos in my shop is, he builds time machines and I build time machines. And there's always a lot of artistic license to the painting and the, some people like the blue lights, some people don't like the blue lights. I personally like the white lights.
Gray flux boxes, some people like the blue flux boxes.
Yeah, the flux box colors change.
Yep.
So he had painted up his vents, and I thought they were too dark. I don't think they're supposed to be as dark in color, because some people will just paint them all black.
Yes, they will.
Right.
That drives me crazy.
And that's because they're using the toy as an example. You can always tell when they're using one of the toy model kits.
Or the one in part 2 that lowers down in the
Yeah,
alleyway.
yeah.
That's solid black too.
And so I told him, I said, your vents look like a burnt Dorito. And this joke has been going for a year or two now. And so he came to my house and he brought me that bag of Doritos dressed like me, which I have lovingly displayed on camera there at the shop.
Well, it's classic.
Yeah.
Classic.
But people are like, what's with the Doritos? And it's just inside jokes to keep us entertained, because it gets, after you do a bunch of time machines, it gets boring after a while. So you try to keep it interesting. And everybody, like I said, everybody has their different opinions on what people have argued about the blue, and I'm like, well, we know that for a fact the car had white neon on it, because when they made the movie, and then Industrial Light and Magic added the lightning around it. So my argument is I like to make the car as it would have been in reality on the set of the film. not what you see on screen.
Right.
I agree. There's some blue lightning put in there. And it's
some people go full blue like they did on
yeah.
yours.
Well, when you see this with the full
It
blue,
looks purple.
the blue LED on camera looks purple,
Like on
and
the front.
I think it looks a little harsh.
Front. It looks totally purple right now.
I like, you know,
Yeah.
and I don't mind when people do like an aqua. Now,
That's what I do.
the coolest ever though,
The cool blue, that's what we call it.
car number 6 and 7 that I did had actual real neon tube, which looked amazing. But the problem with that is that
They break.
it breaks. It's glass. You can't put glass neon on a car. It's constantly breaking. And even Kevin Pike told us that. They had said, yeah, we had to replace it all the time. So driving around with the glass, not going to work. But the LED technology that they have now, I think is pretty fantastic.
It is really good.
I think you could maybe take an aqua and the white and kind of mix it. That might be a thing.
I have a video of that. I'll
You
show
know,
you.
what I was thinking about doing was not using RGB. Well, you might have to use RGB, but they have the chaser light.
Yep.
And I was thinking about, I was going to make one that had like the kind of the lightning effect kind of swirling around and things like that. I had another idea. I wanted to take some like grinder disc with some flint or something and make some spark producers and put them under the car so they shoot sparks coming out of the wheels, things like that. I've had all these different ideas, but a lot of these things are really cool to do like once or twice, but they're not practical. They don't last. You can do it to make if you're making a movie or making a video, it works. But
I wonder if you could take apart one of the DMX sparkers that people use on concerts. I wonder if you could like.
you could, but what I'm saying is
components.
when you put it on a car and then you start driving around in the dirt and
gonna
everything,
break,
it doesn't last very long. That's why when we put our fog machines in there, we put them in there in a way that they could be easily replaced. And you got to remember the fog, the smoke, which was CO2, only happened in that one scene.
Yep.
And on that one car. It never happened with the Mr. Fusion and all that other. So, like I said, a lot of it's up to artist interpretation. And I'm flattered when other people will copy something that's an interpretation that I did and then say it's screen accurate when it really wasn't. People will assume that things that I do on the car are always screen accurate when they're not. A lot of times they're quite interpretive just because it seems like something fun to do. Like I remember 2004, I put a plasma disc once in a Touring blower. And then another builder we know uses them in everything. And I'm like, that's not even, yeah. And I was like, it was just a gag, you know. I was just like, I wonder what this would look like.
Cool.
It looks cool, but it's not part of the movie.
Right.
It looks like they have done a little painting touch up and things here and there.
Did you say they added to the BSR?
Yeah, well, they just added numbers to the buttons and things like that. Like, I'll try to get close enough to look at it again, but I like how they've done it. It is. I've never stood in line to take a picture with a DeLorean before. I've charged people $10 to do it, but
Hey Bob,
it's so ironic.
how does it feel?
It
You got
sucks.
charged to take a picture in a DeLorean.
I paid, like it was like $400 for this VIP, and I still got to wait in line. I thought there was going to be a special line. I brought the other Einstein out. That's the real Einstein. Look at this dog. I feel so honored that our shop got to be a part of this, that we got to build this car. Look at this.
Get this. I want this shirt.
Freaking Canadians.
Real?
Can't show up to anything on
I
time.
literally almost wore that shirt.
Same one, yeah.
Roosevelt shirt. I almost wore that today.
I like this one. I got this. My wife got it.
I thought you were drunk. You said you were drunk.
I was.
You sobered up, Art, on butterbeer?
Yeah.
Look at
I
this.
went to this restaurant called Smokehouse. It was. You ever been there?
No.
Of course.
Smokehouse?
Yeah.
Oh,
We'll have to go there tomorrow.
so good.
You
So
get
good.
the Kraft
garlic
mac
bread.
and cheese
No.
bread.
I got the Chateaubriand. The big
Okay.
mountain.
Chateaubriand.
We're just talking about the fact that, like, we put our power port down there by the passenger wheel well because normally you would always display the driver's side. They got it backwards for some reason. I don't know why.
That's fair.
It's a paradox. Yeah, that's our. Yeah,
It's a paradox.
I got my light on. Sorry. It's a treat each time.
You gotta keep him happy. Better than 120. Nice.
Just use the same phone for me. I want to record. Hi, Einstein. How are you? You look so cute. You're so adorable.
There he is, Einstein. Okay. Oh. I got you, Brett. Bite him in the face. Watch your head.
What?
Thank you.
Rick Kepelowski. Look at, here he comes. The Canadian. Don't flip the car.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you. Right back this way.
We're looking at the car. So these are definitely our vents because this is how we cut them. But they had to modify them to put this thing on. I mean, this is definitely our crossover tubes. I mean, they've made some modifications. You know, they put that light in the wormhole emitter.
Yep.
Just a few little things. Like this is the wire that we use for that. But I wish I could really get up to it because they've made some changes to it. But they still have our plug down there. That's the one that we use.
You do the dryer exhaust vent? I see it poking from under
I didn't put that in there.
Yeah.
They put that in there. So they added a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Because this, you got to remember, this was a Fusion car when it left, and they made it an out-of-time car. And I just wish they were trying to do it on the sly, and if I'd have known that it was going to be used for this, I would have done things differently for them. You know, I would have put a lightning rod on it for them.
Yeah.
But they didn't want me to know what they were doing with the car. But I'm glad that it's getting some use. Thousands and thousands of Back to the Future fans per day, both in Orlando and Hollywood, get the opportunity to sit, live their dream and see in the time machine. And that's what's really important to me. That's what I care about the most, because after doing this for a lifetime, after 25 years of this, it's like, I think there's just nothing more satisfying than remembering when I was a little kid and I stood in line to take a picture with this car, and now here it is. And that is the American dream right there. That's what you call the American dream.
Yeah, in fact, you can call me back upstairs and I'll put
Player. There you go. Right back there.
All right, another quick look at the car. Here it is in Hill Valley, built by Bob's Prop Shop. There it is. So you can see some of the things that they've done differently. We always move our fuse boxes right back there. This all looks really good. Now they've got this pad here for the dog. Coming around the back, you can see how they've altered the Mr. Fusion into this plutonium chamber. That's all different now. And this is all exactly the same. So when you get a time machine from Bob's Prop Shop, it won't come with these blue lights. It would normally only have white lights, but this is how they wanted to display the car. So they just made a couple of changes, but it's really cool. It came out really well, and we're really proud of it. So come here to Universal Studios FanFest nights, where you can see all this cool stuff, and come check out our Back to the Future time machine. And some of my Back to the Future buddies, we snuck onto the back lot back in like 2006 or something like that. And I remember we were all goofing around, everybody had to pee. And I'm not gonna name names, but some of the other guys were over there by the clock tower over there, they were peeing in the bushes. And I'm like, I'm gonna pee on Doc's pole. And I came over here, nobody was here, it was like 3 in the morning.
Former best job in the place.
It's the same pole.
I don't know, man.
It's the same pole.
Those
pole. And I peed on the pole, right where his jacket is. They painted it. I'm sure it's the same one. Pretty cool being here. And this is the courthouse. I mean, here we are. And I'm surprised that nobody's hanging out here more on the steps. And everybody's, there's been so many times. I remember that we were going back. My friend Mark Shields, he was getting married here. And I'm an ordained minister. And their minister didn't show up, and I was going to do their marriage. Remember that? Hi, Mark. See all these little, there's a lot of chunks missing out of the stairs. If you ever come here, look. I got a big chunk of that stairs. I put it in my pocket back at probably 2010 or something. I've had it on my desk for years.
From the future.
Right.
Here in a time machine that I built.
Yeah, Doc, that's called a recap for everyone in the back over there.
It's true, it's called a recap.
Okay, Doc, why won't you believe me? I mean, something happened to him today, right? Kind of like that. Wait a minute. The bruise on your head. I know how that happened.
That happened this morning.
Right, you were hanging a clock.
And I fell.
you hit your head on the edge of a sink and then...
That's when I came up with the idea for the flux capacitor, which is what makes time travel possible. Okay, let's just agree that you're from the future. Back here, why don't we just load up your time machine and send you on your way?
Oh, this is great. Why didn't you believe me 5 minutes ago?
That was less entertaining back then.
Okay. Well, Doc, it doesn't run on like unleaded gasoline or anything.
What does it run on?
Plutonium. You didn't pack enough plutonium. I'm kind of stuck here.
Plutonium?
Yeah, you screwed up.
I screwed up? I didn't pack enough plutonium, so it's my fault?
Well, Doc, you would have been stuck anyways.
But here's the thing, where are we gonna find plutonium in 1955? Perhaps in the future, it's available at every corner drugstore. But here it's a little hard to come by. I'm sorry, I'm afraid you're stuck here.
Doc, I can't be stuck here. I got a life. Look, you look just like him. There's got to be something we can come up with.
You should try going to the terrorists, Libyan terrorists.
You mean those bad guys that were... We'll tell them that later, okay? Well, wait, it's because it was a power source, right?
Yeah.
What was the name of it?
A power source of what? How much?
What was the name of it? What the hell's a chicken?
How many gigawatts?
1.21 gigawatts!
Jiggle puffs.
1.21 gigawatts.
Say it louder and one more time.
1.21 gigawatts!
Now say it backwards.
2.1 gigawatts.
You're going off script.
I didn't say anything, Doc.
1.21 gigawatts! How are we gonna create that kind of power? It can't be done, can't.
Well, why not?
If we could somehow come up with something that is the equivalent
Right, what can
of
generate...
plutonium, 1.21 gigawatts. Are you saying a bolt of lightning? Maybe. You're the one.
The enchantment under the sea dances tonight. Dance to the latest hits.
Probably nothing.
Forget about that.
Okay, a bolt of lightning. The problem is you never know when or where it's ever gonna strike.
Hey, what do you mean we do?
This is it.
Give this to me 10 minutes ago.
This is the answer. It says here that a bolt of lightning will strike the clock tower at 10:04 p.m. tonight, November 12th, 1955. If we could somehow harness the lightning, channel it into the flux capacitor, just might work. In just a few hours, future boy, we're sending you back to the future.
What's this?
Over there.
Who the hell was giving them to you? You gotta think for it. People were spreading this from her. Nothing, Doc. Look, this is great. You can show me around 1955. I can hang out a few hours. It'll be great.
Wait, that is completely out of the question. You must not leave these stairs. You must not see anybody or talk to anybody, especially these 200 people with video cameras.
That looks just like you.
That's okay. Talk to them. That's okay.
That's fine. You guys aren't gonna say anything, right? Great. Hey, wait, did you see that stuff with George and Lorraine? Was that kind of bad? It was pretty bad.
Who's George and Lorraine?
Well, thanks for asking.
Nobody. Are you saying you've interacted with your parents before your parents interacted with their parents?
Yeah, she kind of ignored them. She was trying to go out with me.
Are you saying your mother was amorously infatuated with you instead of your father?
You had the hots for me?
Great Scott, show me that photograph again of your brother.
Sure.
Just as I thought. This proves my theory. Look at your brother.
His head's gone.
Been erased from existence.
Oh, Doc, I can't let this happen.
Because you interfered with your parents' first meeting. This way they won't meet, they won't fall in love, they won't get married, and they won't have you.
What the hell am I supposed to do? What did teens like to do in the 50s?
Oh.
Well, you were listening to that radio now.
Yeah.
Frye, what was the name of it again? The Catch of the Sea.
That's right, the fish under the sea dance.
We gotta do something about your hearing.
Are you talking about a rhythmic ceremonial ritual coming up? Yes, sir. Okay.
Doc, that's where they
all
kiss
you
for
have
the
to
first
do
time.
is introduce your father to your mother, and they must kiss.
Right. Okay.
Otherwise, you will cease to exist.
Hey, look, guys, do you mind helping us out with this? Yeah. Look, I'll see you in a few hours, okay?
Okay.
Guys, I go.
Happy trails, future boy. All right, in just a few hours' time, here, apparently, lightning will strike the clock tower, therefore sending Marty McFly back to the future. However, this clock was originally built September 5th, 1885. So how do we know that lightning is going to strike it now tonight? Because the flyer. Because of the flyer that you got from some random lady in the future because you gave her a quarter? Are we willing to believe that? I don't know, a lot of people here seem to. But this clock has gone off every single hour, every day, every week, every year for 70 years. And now it's going to stop because some lady in the future says so.
Hope you're not afraid of heights.
No, not at all. Not at all. So, just in case there's an officer of the law, security guard, or flatfoot, and they're asking, what is Doc Brown up to? We all say... No, we have to say something. What did you say?
Science experiment.
Right, a weather experiment. And you hand him a $50 bill.
They're going to edit that out.
Which is a lot of money for 1955. Probably the equivalent of $578 in the future. Probably. All right, see you in a little while.
Pretty cool. They got the spinning license plate there
Line to the left.
with the fire. Look at that. There it is. Of course, all the bloggers have covered all this, but this was the old 50s gas station, but in Back to the Future 2, this was the Texaco station. This was always a Texaco station. And Back to the Future 2, this is where the red Ferrari thing was landing, and it was being self-fueled. And over there where the Enchantment Under the Sea dance is happening, where all the music is happening, is where Marty would have, stumbled from the alleyway over there, from right over there, and where he would have discovered Hill Valley for the first time. Well, I wish I could play the music for you, but he's singing Earth Angel, and it's great because I've had Harry Waters sing that for me in person, and it was fantastic. But remember when we did the Enchantment Under the Sea dance, honey, and you had to hang up all the fish? Remember the fish? It was fun. Oh, we're going back in 2015. It was fantastic. Look how many people here love Back to the Future. It's great. It's Doc.
Doc Emmett Brown here, Courthouse Square, November 12th, 1955. I am in the middle of a weather experiment.
Of course. Of course you are.
Yes.
Your hair's all messed up, honey. I can't believe how cold it is. We're here in LA, super cold day. Luckily for me, I brought my hoodie and my hat. And we're leaving now. And so tired, been here for 12 straight hours, something like that, more than that. And we still gotta get all the way through the park. Still gotta walk all the way to the hotel. We're not gonna get to bed till 2, if we're lucky. But it was so great. I got to see my friends Mike German in Venice, and got to see Adam the Woo and Ken, and Brett, and Ed, all the a bunch of old Back to the Future fans I've known 20 years. Good friend Doc, Rusty, he's great. It's just crazy. It's weird that looking back on this last 20 years of Back to the Future, it's like become my life and my living. Like, I just remember being a teenager and taking pictures with the time machine here at Universal Studios, and now thousands of people line up to take a picture with my time machine, including me. What a paradox! What a paradox! And what was, we didn't make a video of this, but just cruising down Sunset and Hollywood Boulevard in the Lamborghini, I'm like, who'd have thought I'd ever get to do that? It's great. It's like I'm gonna wake up and be back at work at Jack in the Box one day, and it was all a dream. This is not my beautiful house. This is not my beautiful wife. Can they make a song about that? Anyway, I'm roasted. I'm ready for a midnight snack.
You made it!
There he is. He's
How's
Doc.
everything so far?
It was great. I've got, so let me try this. Doc Brown, Doc Brown, Doc Brown. Oh wait, that doesn't work. That's
No,
somebody else.
Of course, it seems some sort of paranormal universe you're talking about.
You've aged beautifully, Doc.
Thank you, I've been working out.
Thank you. Hey, thanks for time traveling with us today.
Of course.
We've been here since noon, or 11. We're quite tired. Time should be irrelevant to us, but we're
It
quite
should, but you're holding up
tired.
great.
There was nobody here, and now there's a bunch of people. We'll see you later. I love it. Flux capacitor melt. An out-of-time cookie. Okay. This is a flux capati melt. Yeah. Little. It's what makes late night dinner possible. What'd you get over there, pastrami? Nice. Can you eat it in 88 miles an hour? It's got a little. I love all the Back to the Future references. It's great. Wow, it's like almost 2 in the morning. I didn't think I was going to last this long. We've had a long, long day here at Universal Studios. But hey, how much fun was this? Got to see our good friends Adam the Woo and German in Venice and all our other Back to the Future friends, and see the car, and we ate a lot of food. We did a lot of walking, and all we have to do is walk across to the Hilton right there. And it's so close, but so far away. It's like all the things in Vegas. Like, oh, it's just right there. We could just walk to it. And then you're still walking, and you're like, when do we get there? Anyway, thanks for, hey, all the people that said hello to me. Thank you for watching. So if you haven't got to meet me yet, you might. And if not, subscribe to the channel so that you never miss an episode. All right, I'll catch you guys later. Did you have fun, honey bunny? Yeah. We had fun. We're tired. All right. Oh, I'm ready for sleep. Catch you guys later. Bye. All right, little extra bonus footage. I'm here at the Peterson Automotive Museum, and behind me is the screen-used A car from Back to the Future. That is the hero car, their #1 car, lovingly restored a few years back by some friends of mine. Now, I didn't have anything to do with the actual building or reassembling or reconstruction of this car directly. I didn't put my hands on the car. But you could say that I had something to do with what led up to the restoration. There was some things that I helped them with early on, you know, because Joe Walser, Terry Metalis, like I introduced those two to each other actually. And it's a long story for another time, but just coming here to pay homage to the car. The cars that we build at Bob's Prop Shop are basically replicas of this car, because this is what we consider the gold standard. You know, I've said this in a lovingly nice way, that basically this car is sort of a replica of its former self. And I don't mean that derogatorily. What I mean is that there was so many things missing from the car back when they built the car that they just had to go off of measurements, photos, and we had to go find some of the missing parts that were on other cars, and that's kind of where my role came in. There was like a car at a it was like a casino in Mississippi that had some of the screen-used cars parts on it that I helped get them back that were used. And so there's so many things that are on this car that are exactly what we do. Like, for instance, these boxes here that are molded onto the fenders, the ones that we use are molded directly from those. And what we've done is we've gone through here and we've taken painstaking photos of every single little thing on the car. Since the restoration, I took high detailed photos of every square inch of the car, and when we rebuild the car, we sit there with those photos and we go inch by inch over the car and look at the position of the wires, the zip ties, and everything as it was recreated by the restoration team. So in a way, we're building a replica of a replica. This is the real car, but it's not in its original state as it was built by Kevin Pike back in 1985. So, but it's a fantastic representation of the time machine. And you know, this is the VIN, this is the frame, this is the car, and it's, you know, what else can you say? So when you get a Bob's Prop Shop car, you're getting essentially this car. Although we usually do the Mr. Fusion version of the car because that's the most popular. But seeing it here again, you know, I've seen this car many times. I've sat in this car back when it was on the back lot when we used to hang out. Me and some of the guys from the original restoration team, we used to go into the back lot of Universal, and we would study the car, take the measurements off of it. Like the vents and things that we do are catted directly off of the original ones that were made on the car. So what's sitting in my garage and what's sitting in the garages of 50 plus other time machine owners is what you would see here at the Peterson. So if you're interested in getting one of our replicas that's like this, like the ones that are on display at Universal Studios, just visit bobspropshop.com or go to LasVegasDelorean.com if you want to have a time machine experience in Las Vegas, rent the car, and go for a ride or something. Anyway, just having a look at the car. Looks fantastic.